All I can say is when you're trying to learn a language, because language is very vast. All right. You
Mm-hmm.
can't ever think that you've learned a language. Language and learning is an infinite process. The more you'll go deeper into it, the more you'll explore. That is the relationship between
Mm.
a person who's wanting to speak a language and who's wanting to explore the language. Even Shashi Tharoor does
Mm-hmm.
not know all the words. So it's just like that. You're a human being. You can't remember each and every word in the dictionary.
So for me, if I would like to become a trainer, what
Hmm.
should I do for that?
Okay, so do you have any questions for me before we jump into it? Have you formed some questions for me?
No, I haven't formed,
Okay.
but yeah, I would like to know about yourself. Like you have already told me, but what do you like to do? Like we can talk about that.
Sure.
Like
Sure.
you teach, right? And you do sessions,
Hmm.
but what is your hobby? And do you watch movies or do you like music? What do you like?
I'll tell you. I'm an advocate by profession. I practice law. All right. With that, whenever I have associates or I have my own practice. So whenever I have associates or interns, I've always felt because our profession is primarily where communication is concerned. And I felt a lot of them were not very confident coming from different parts of the country. So I wanted to help other people and obviously the ones who were coming to me to gain that confidence to be able to speak in public. And that's how
Mhm.
I stumbled upon Clappingo. So my hobby is actually helping people. So this is
Oh,
what
wow.
I'm doing. My passion is law and I practice that and obviously social work, not just on this level of helping others, but genuinely helping others. So I do take up sessions on POSH. POSH is prevention of sexual harassment. So I kind of go around the country trying to talk to people about this, spread awareness, then POXO, which is prevention of sexual abuse of children against sexual abuse. So all of these things, I do take up social issues as well. So I'm very, very sensitive about it because I feel if I have the capacity and the energy to enrich people about these things and help them gain justice. So I do feel that's my responsibility. And yes, I love watching movies and series. Why not? But that also depends.
Hmm.
If I find it some days, it depends if I've had a very long day, if I've had a very hectic day. I would just want to sit down and watch something very comedy based, like a sitcom. And if I've had a very relaxing day, maybe I can watch something which is interesting or intense in nature or something related to some operation or something related to a movement or something like that. So it absolutely depends on my mindset of the particular day, emotions, and how much am I able to grasp. And
Hmm.
I love reading books. That is also another hobby. And I read
Yeah.
all genres. I tried self-help books also, but I felt it was so plain and boring that I couldn't grasp it. Maybe it is not for me. I'm not saying they're bad.
Many people,
A lot of people
many
have
people
also
say.
helped through those books. But if somebody
Mhm.
tells me what the gist is, if I Google the gist, I can understand that. But I don't think I have the bandwidth to sit for that entire book. Though I tried
Mhm.
really hard. I gave it a fair shot. But I like thrillers and crimes and mysteries, horror movies, horror-based books, experiences with the paranormal. I mean, anything which is a hot topic these days. I mean, I was always fascinated by horror movies even as a kid. And to this date, I love watching horror movies. And yeah, that's pretty much about me. That's how about I go.
Mhm.
And mostly my
But for me,
Mhm.
yes, ma'am, continue.
All right. But for most of my day, obviously, I don't get to do all of this in a single day. But this is the
Mhm.
dream life anybody would want where you're able to balance all of it. But yes. Hari, please go on.
Mhm. So for me, I wanted to say that like a lot to go for me because now I I have been learning English for a few years, right? And I have been watching videos like podcasts. I
Mm,
used to watch, but now I don't watch. Actually, I have decreased watching videos. Earlier, to learn this language, I used to watch a lot of videos, Indian accents, not other accent I didn't watch yet. I haven't explored yet. And I haven't watched any movies till now. So series, movies, and then reading books even. I have read only few books, even that not properly. So a lot to go, I feel for me. Now I just started doing this. I started learning English and I start my YouTube journey. So my
That,
YouTube journey is going on and a lot to do for this YouTube. So I don't get chance to watch movies and read books and all. Even I'm doing masters in second year right now. So for that also I study in my examination time. I don't study much. So I feel that I have to
so much.
explore a lot.
Mm. Anyways, you have your plate full, especially when you are enrolled as a college student, irrespective whether you're doing your master's or your MPhil or your doctorate. You anyways have your plate full because the assignments and the research and everything that goes on the other hand does at least take up some part of your day. And with whatever you're trying to do, because learning at any level, at any age about anything requires the investment in time. So it is not like you're not doing anything. I would say that you have made the best use of the resources which were available to you, and you've self-taught yourself this much, where people sometimes don't even push themselves to that limit if they have to teach themselves. So I would say whatever you've done is absolutely commendable. Most people of your age, I do not see this kind of resilience in them,
Mhm.
but whatever you've done is
Yeah,
commendable.
for the improvement, I have done many things. I have tried to reach in this level because it's rural area and I studied in government school. And I, as I told you, I was underconfident. I didn't know anything. I didn't see even the world.
Mm.
Still, I don't. I have no experience of other things like doing job and in other domain I didn't do anything till now, right? Some student I'm doing that, but the thing is in terms of entertainment that people do like watching movies or reading books or traveling, so for me still it is there. I haven't started
I
yet.
I think you're quite young. You have a long, long journey ahead of you in terms of career, in
Mhm.
terms of what all do you want to explore in life? Where does life take you? So there's a long, long way for you to go. So you don't have to rush it. But I would still say that, the very journey of your learning experience, now it has opened up your mindset towards the fact that you have the capacity to look for finer details. Now, looking into
Mhm.
finer details, you will also start doing that in your personal life. This is a habit
Mhm.
now. So, whenever it is your career is concerned, you want to travel, you will make a thorough plan. You would look for the things, you would look for the temperature, you would look for whatever is the requirement and what do you need and how do you go about it. So, you will face very less hurdles in that case because you've kind of made your mind, you've catered to your mind looking into the finer things that most people will not think about. That thing, that
Mhm.
activation in your brain has will take you a very, very long way in terms of your career and life, which is actually a good thing. So learning at this stage, it is wonderful. Yeah, I mean, I really don't come across a lot of people like that, so it is highly commendable.
Yeah, and even what I did, I started my YouTube channel and at
Mm.
the same time I started teaching as well. Like I didn't just stop myself because I knew it that if I teach, I will definitely learn. And as you said that helping people is your hobby, I
Yeah.
also feel the same.
All right.
Helping people is my hobby. Like my journey started in that way. Even when I started making videos of conversational, that time I was just helping them with co-learner. I was talking. I didn't talk with tutors, anyone earlier. I learned by myself by talking co-learners and self-practice. I used to record a lot myself. So I was doing in that way. So I was talking with co-learners and I was understanding their problem and their struggle and what I could suggest them. I did that. So these
Uh,
days I'm particularly joining or talking to tutors, and I'm just improving my communication with experts and tutors.
that's wonderful. That's wonderful. See, all I can say is when you're trying to learn a language, because language is very vast. All right, you
Mhm.
can't ever think that you've learned a language. Language and learning is an infinite process. The more you'll go deeper into it, the more you'll explore. That is the relationship between
Mm.
any person who's wanting to speak a language and who's wanting to explore the language. Even Shashi Tharoor does
Mhm.
not know all the words. So it's just like that. You're a human being. You can't remember each and every word in the dictionary, right? It takes
Yeah.
There are so many words. There are certain rules which change, and then there are rules where, a new word is added into the dictionary and you won't even realize, because there
Mm-hmm.
was recently slangs were added into the dictionary as well. These Gen Zs,
Mm-hmm.
so you're aware about those. I can't even comprehend half of them, but sure. So things
Yeah.
are changing. So that is
Mhm.
it. Hmm.
Yeah, and for you, how did you start your journey of the communication and English language? As you love to help, but why did you choose English related work or communication and English language skill?
All right. So because the courts that I work in, the high courts and the Supreme Court, mostly
Mhm.
our work is surely based in English. Right.
Yeah.
Your communications, the arguments, the procedures, the administrative formalities, all of them need to be spoken about or discussed in English. Now, the students,
Mm-hmm.
the associates, the interns who come from different parts of the country, I would say they, because of lack of exposure or because of lack of learning or because they did not think at that point in time that it was important, they did not focus on developing that part of their skill. And now they've jumped into a career where this skill is very, very important, so they don't feel
Mm.
underconfident or left out, because in a career like this you cannot go on without having strong communication skills. You are representing some
Mm.
individual who is in dire need irrespective of the nature of the case. So if you are wanting to represent an individual, you have to have good communication skills where you have the convincing ability also. So that's how my journey in English and communication started. And with that, when I came
Mm-hmm.
across Tapingo, which was catering to particularly English, where most of the people think that speaking in English is important, which actually is because it's a universal language. With that, if I give them that kind of support and aid, it also helps them develop their personality, which is very
Mm.
important. I feel. So if I'm able to cater to the personality based need, why not look into it on a deeper level? So that was my basic,
Yeah.
how I ended up being here.
Okay. So did you work offline as well, or you are just working on online? I think you have worked offline as well.
I have worked offline, not in terms of communication only, but obviously I have my own
Okay.
practice. So whatever interns and associates that I've had, I've been able to help them in communication. But in terms of clapping, of course, I've only worked online.
Mm-hmm. That's great. So for me, if I would like to become a trainer, what
Hmm.
should I do for that?
See, I'll tell you what happens. When you are a trainer, you have to be thorough about everything before you give a suggestion. And you have to have that kind of ideology and the belief in yourself, because I would say that there is nothing more satisfying when you're able to help another individual. And when they're able to achieve something that they thought they could never achieve, but they've made it and they want to achieve more. So the only thing I would tell you before you become a trainer is to understand exactly what the other person wants.
Hmm.
Because if you're going for this training of this sort, where one-on-one sessions are concerned, every individual will be very different. Every
Yeah.
initially might not be open to learning. They might have this mind block, but I've studied it when I was a kid. I don't need to study it again. Just teach me this. They might also come with this. Not everybody comes with a learning mindset. But then you'll have to
Mm-hmm.
explain in a very polite and an humble manner that this is the deal, this is where you stand. Fine, you know this. Let's revise this, understand this, and then move on, because the next step requires all of this. Because if you don't do that, you don't make them believe in themselves, they will not take long to quit. They think I have to study again. Why do I want to study again? I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
So, keeping the fire in somebody's learning ability alive is also a huge task of the trainer. It is not just the learners, because every learner you meet will not be wanting to do that. So, there are a lot of things
Mhm.
that you'll have to, and it's not like I'm saying you have to learn. You will learn because your journey will
Yeah.
take you through these processes. So, you have to be
Yeah.
ready
Yeah.
for anything and everything that comes your way as an educator. Sometimes
I
you're
have
an
been doing that.
yeah.
The same thing that you are suggesting me or you are sharing about that. I have been doing that just for the confirmation that what should I do? I'm doing it's right or not, or what's your opinion about it? So the same thing I have been doing. Like when I started my journey, I started teaching. I take one-on-one session. I have been taking. It's been 1 year,
Okay.
completed more than 1 year. So
Okay.
the same thing I'm doing like that.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That has helped you also. I think when you teach somebody, you also learn a lot from the other person, irrespective, might not be the particular language, but you learn a lot of
Mhm.
qualities from the other person. You learn a lot of tactics and you learn, I don't know how many things. I mean, I can't enumerate them on my fingertips, but I would say I have learned a lot from my learners also. Irrespective, I've met
Mm.
people from different areas in India of different age groups. Some people were way older than me as well. But
Mhm.
so nice to come across those people and to understand their journeys and what motivated them. Imagine if you're talking to a person who's 50 plus and they are starting a new
Mhm.
chapter in their life. I mean, it is so motivating to understand, oh, even at that, age,
Yes,
you have the confidence to start something new. So that's wonderful
I
to
have
like that.
taught one woman, and she is 60 plus,
Wow.
and she told me, and she really loves me, and still she talks to me because we have bonding each other, and
Wow.
she shares with me that I want to learn English with you, and like till my like she has a desire of learning English since childhood, but she didn't learn, but she connected with me by watching my YouTube videos, and she felt that I would like to learn with me. Like she felt that, and she
That's
joined with me. And she told me in her first session that I want to learn this language, as I am alive now. So before, you know, like
and
before leaving this world, I want to learn with you. Like that, she told me, and
that's
like, oh my God, I was so like what emotional I would say.
and
I cried that day, and I was getting goosebumps.
absolutely. I mean, that's a huge compliment when you get it from somebody, especially older than you. You feel so valued,
Yes.
especially emotionally, and that you feel I've been able to help or touch this person's life with such a noble cause. Why would you not want to help a person like that? So
Yeah,
that feeling automatically
exactly.
kicks in.
And nowadays I don't say her that a student, but I say her a grandmother of mine.
So sweet.
Like that bonding we build.
That's wonderful. That's very, very sweet. There are, see, in these kind of things in this journey, you will come across a lot of incidents. Then you might also come
Yes.
across an incident where a student is a complete rebel, but the student realizes it,
Hmm.
but might not happen immediately, and your bond with that student might not start off as smooth as you think. It will have its own ups
Hmm.
and downs. You will have a lot of learnings yourself, how to deal with that, how to be patient if you're not a patient person. You will learn being patient and there are a lot of things that kind of come through this. So, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes. I have completed asking questions. If you have any questions, you can ask me,
All right.
or
I think
we
we have,
complete it.
yes, thank you for- and I think we've had a good discussion today. So, we'll think of
Mhm.
more questions when we come to back to the platform and bring in more
Okay.
experiences and questions which can help people and we can help each other. So, it would be a wonderful thing to do. All right.
Thank
Thank
you so much. Have a great evening.
you too. Thank you.